Sun in the houses of astrology 2nd and 8th house.
If you have Sun in the 2nd or 8th house, then you should watch the full video because the Sun has an opposite aspect in whatever house it is in. Meaning if the Sun is in your 8th house, it would still have the same effects as if it is in the 2nd house. The Sun shows what we boss around, what we get into ego conflicts with. Sun shows how we self-express ourselves individually. Sun is independence and entrepreneurship.
Sun represents our father, I think even. The adopted and stepfather, Sun placements indicate where we truly show who we are as an individual. Sun is ego and confidence. The Sun really is narcissism in astrology.
The 2nd house represents things like our family lineage, our last names. I'm noticing 2nd house shows how our family members act amongst each other. The other houses in astrology represent how we interact with our family members on an individual basis. 2nd house is savings, like how we save any amount of our money. It could be money you have in your wallets, money under your mattress, or in bank accounts, etc. Do you know how to save money, or do you easily waste it? The 2nd house represents our face, teeth, and throat. If you have scars on your face like on your cheeks, then you should look at your 2nd house. Whereas if you have a scar on top of your head, even the hairline area, it would be best to look at the 1st house. The 2nd house also indicates our speech. How does our voice sound? Do we talk loud or do we talk softly? Those are all the 2nd house things. The 2nd house is money sources. It shows us ways we make money.
Sun in the 2nd house.
This shows you're a person that gets an ego or a confidence boost whenever around your family members. If not, you get an ego boost by being associated with the family lineage that you're a part of. For example, you don't think Donald Trump's children feel highly of themselves because they're a part of the Trump family. See, this is why I had said, I think the 2nd house represents our last names. A lot of people brag about having certain last names. Last names tie in with family generations. Certain generations have a rich history, like the Kardashians or the Saudi kings. You got the Ethiopians who love being Habishas. Whoever has Sun in the 2nd house would take pride in his or her family, no matter how average his or her family tree may seem. The 2nd house, I think, represents the family you procreate as well. When you get married and have children, you would feel confident and have pride in your family.
Here's the catch though.
Your family members, you would notice, act very arrogant towards each other. Not only that, you would act like that towards them and they do it to you. This is because the Sun shows who we boss around, or who tries bossing us around. Ego conflicts will often happen amongst your family members. If a family event was to ever happen, you would see lots of egos come out in deciding who should do what. A second example of how the Sun makes you self-express yourself is through your speech. I think of Fidel Castro whenever I think of how Sun in the 2nd house works.
Siempre está protegido con su traje.
¿Cuál traje?
Wetsuit.
Everybody says you always have
Sé que todo el mundo dice que usted tiene un chaleco a prueba de balas.
No.
Sun in the 2nd would make you have a very bossy or commanding speech. You can say your confidence and ego is heard in the form of your speech. When I say speech, I mean voice as well. People who have Sun in the 2nd or even 8th house would do great in speech debates. Politicians would benefit from this type of Sun too. It's because speaking makes them comfortable and is how they can reveal who they truly are.
They could be a good or bad person. It doesn't matter because they would exude confidence through their speech. A third example of Sun in the 2nd house. Self-expression is through the face and teeth. Yeah, we know women that flaunt makeup, fake eyelashes, lip gloss, etc. A lot of women really truly self-express themselves through their face. Guys do as well.
People that have tattoos on the face like Lil Wayne. Those that do face painting, eyelash technicians can have sun in the second house. A lot of rappers or Haitians in Florida most definitely have sun in the second or eighth house. Here's why. If second house is teeth, so the sun would make you self-express who you are as a person through your teeth. Rappers love wearing gold grills. Haitian men in Florida are popular for wearing grilled teeth. Persons like Shannon Sharp use their teeth as a way of having confidence. This is why when you see people who always want white teeth, or even veneers, most likely have sun in this placement. The sun represents the father, so maybe you talk or sound just like your father, which would be something you inherited and not actually learnt. Now this type of sun definitely influences how you make money. I used to say money from the government, but I don't say that anymore. The sun is speculative businesses, right? So lots of entrepreneurs have this type of sun. One of the reasons is because you want independence in how you make money. When it comes to how you save money, you want full control over any amount of money you have saved up. It could even be $2. It doesn't matter. You would like to be the boss of the money you have saved up. You don't want someone telling you what to do with the money you have saved up, which will be a problem when you get married, because your wife, husband, fiancé would be the same. We all know marriage is about companionship, and lots of marriages end due to money matters. I'm not saying this is a divorce placement, so don't think that. You could even have an accountant and get into arguments with that accountant. You would feel that your methods of saving money is better than what an accountant knows. Maybe you just want to oversee your money so much you wouldn't rely on an accountant. People that like bragging about having money in their savings account may have sun in the second house. Obviously, the more money you make, the more your confidence increases. The father might be a reason you make money. This could happen in multiple ways. Your father maybe show you how to make money. For example, your father may own a business and would make you an employee. Another example is through inheritance or insurance money, because this sun aspects the eighth house of unearned money, gifts, inheritance, etc. This is why someone with sun in the second or eighth house may get Christmas or birthday gifts from the father a lot. If you have sun in the eighth house of in-laws, that might put more emphasis on the father-in-law being a reason you gain money.
Sun in the eighth house.
The eighth house is about secrets, privacy, the stuff we keep hidden. The eighth house is also in-laws, any in-law, brother-in-law, etc. Unearned money, gifts, spouse or fiancé's finances, etc. Right off the bat, the father is in the house of secrets. This means you have a secretive relationship with your father. What I mean is, you won't often be seen in public with the father. It could show you and your father just doesn't have a close relationship. No joke, this is a serious placement. I read a female's chart that had sun in the eighth house, and her father was in a prison in Jamaica, even though she lived in the USA. You know the eighth house is death and transformation, Scorpio energy. What if that means, due to your father's death, you never got the opportunity to be around him much or learn who he is? See, whenever sun is in the eighth house, your father could be right next to you, but you don't know who he truly is as a person. Sun in the eighth house will make you express yourself in private, meaning you don't like anybody know who you truly are, because the eighth house is about mysteries and secrets. In a way, this could make someone an introvert. This is a placement where a person loves to be anonymous or might even do catfishes. Then, since it aspects the second house of speech, it can make you someone that prefers speaking privately.
You and your spouse would brag about each other's finances, so whenever you or the spouse gain money,
all of a sudden you feel a confidence boost.
This sun, mainly if you have it eighth house, would make your spouse earn money through ways like entrepreneurship.
You will have bossy in-laws, especially the father-in-law. You get into ego conflicts with them.
They are the in-laws who always try to tell you what to do with your life or marriage. Shoots, in-laws would try bossing you around. Obviously not all, but most, even secretly they would. When it comes to inheritances or insurances, you want full control over those things.